Basically, the long and short of it is, when we encounter historical figures, I can either go with idealized depictions of them or their actual depictions, because we do have statues of these people. Some of them look kind of plain as opposed to the other figures that you've seen that are obviously fantasy figures, and so they're designed to look a lot. Like, you throw Odin's portrait up against an actual Roman soldier, from the time period, and it looks kind of a little jarring.
I think that if you feel it's appropriate to have this particular character stand out and be, like, idealized fantasy, whatever, do that. And if it's not something you want to highlight, then no. So, I mean, you can vary from character to character, depending on how you think they should fit into the story. If you feel like it's, like, something that is going to be important, or they, like, if their appearance is a big deal, then do
it. I agree with that.
Yeah, I third that response.
Well, now I'm feeling doubly good. Win my game, everybody's agreeing with me. I mean, it just means Matt's gonna do some horrible things to my character tonight.
Oh, it's a little off topic, but Andrew, when you get a chance, did you see the link I posted?
Sound?
Say again?
SoundCloud link?
Yeah.
Or were you talking about the one you posted in that media page on Facebook?
Yes, that one.
I remember seeing it. I didn't really look into it in depth.
It took me 3 days, but I got the music down.
Okay, so I'll check it out. Yeah.
No, I'm as happy as you are right now because I made a lot of progress with that.
Cool. I should get my character sheet. Matt, did you see my updated character sheet?
I did not take a look at it just yet. I assume it's just the aggregate of changes that you've already run by.
Yeah, just...
Okay, yeah, I'm not too worried about it.
Every now and then I'll just upload a new one, because, I just like to have, updated.
Where'd you post it? I'm not seeing it.
Role play.
Oh, okay. Okay, I see it. Alright, guys, let's go ahead and get underway unless anybody's got any old business they want to take care of, spending XP, etc.
I did all my spending last time. I have nothing left.
Alrighty, anyone want to recap for us?
It was mostly, Britta and Callum, mostly.
Well, yes, but there were some interesting discoveries on both sides. So, what happened to you guys?
Let's see, I know that, like, we initiated that fight with those Roman soldiers, and we were kicking their ass pretty well. Well, we were doing alright for, being way outnumbered. And
I don't think you guys got hit, so yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we were outnumbered and we did really good. But then, shit went sideways, as it does. There's apparently someone else there who we couldn't see. Was talking to me in my mind. She didn't like how I was not giving her my full undivided attention, even though I was killing all these soldiers. And that I wasn't, like, giving her deep, thorough responses, and decided to teach me a lesson. I don't know who this is. Well, I mean, I didn't at the time. I still kind of don't.
Yeah, wasn't her name Lich? Like, just straight up Lich?
Well, he is very sure of that. He is 12 successes on a dominate, sure that that's her name.
Yeah, well, So, I don't think that's her name. That's what I have to call her. See, there's a difference. It's dominate. It's not like I am to call her Lich, right? So, she had did some like psychic attack against me that like stripped all my willpower and had me run away after dominating me, and it was not a good time for Callum, not at all. Now he's got like a mouthful of like wolf-like fangs.
Yeah, Baraka.
Oh, ugh. When you put it like that, ugh. I'm looking for the post you made because you had put in the chat, one of them somewhere, the command, specifically the paragraph that she had like said to me, what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah, I thought it was in general. Hang on. Yeah, it's in chat.
Oh, okay, it was just, I didn't go far back enough. I found it. Okay, yeah, so it's like, it's a whole involved thing. And, yeah, so I'm supposed to, like, find this place called the Mithraeum.
I pinned it.
That's helpful. So, that's my dominate, and what she told me to tell, Germanicus is I'm supposed to go find him. And, you know, obviously already doing that. Britta, decided to, like, she took her, chance to flee when she saw that I cut out of there, and then the soldiers were, like, coming back as zombies. They were, like, you know, getting back up, wounds still gaping and open, and just, like, so, like, yeah, let's go.
Yeah, like, you know what? So sorry. Didn't mean to invade. Have a great night. We're out of your hair.
Yeah, pretty much. And as soon as she, like, left, she was like, well, you said something to them. You were like, you asked them to do something so that you could leave. I don't remember specifically what you asked them to do. And they, like, let you.
Just basically said aloud, I'm to a threat, I'm leaving your turf. Like, she just exposed her belly. She didn't ask them specifically to leave. She said, like, hey, I'm going to leave. And then
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, she had said something to them, and saying that, they acknowledged it. So, like, clearly their orders are, like, whatever it may be that's making, like, if you tell them you're just gonna leave, they'll leave you alone, apparently. They'll let you go.
And then specifically what you gleaned from that information, from the Dominate command, is to look for a place called the Mithraeum within Iska's depths, and then to deliver that challenge. So what you surmise is that you need to find the Mithraeum, and then you return to town with that information. While you were gone, Gaius and Inish had a bit of an adventure on their own. Well, Inish unfortunately had to sit outside because he lacked any obfuscate. Gaius, you want to tell me what happened?
I believe. I believe we were in the. Isn't that where we took the ledger?
Took a look at the ledger, and you had taken it from a slaver slash gladiator manager, and you had taken the ledger back to your inn room. You had analyzed the ledger, and you had found the location in the barracks, at which was quartered the gladiator Maximus. I gotta find his full name, but gladiator Maximus. You found gladiator Maximus. You went into there, and then you did a sweep. And what'd you find?
I believe I found it was like a coin or a brooch, something with like an emblem shape on it. And that's what I brought back. I was gonna ask Britta if she
sigil on his head that did tick off on your Auspex. So it had its own kind of pale aura about it. Additionally, in his quarters, in addition to his numerous gladiatorial trophies, you searched his drawers and found a stone, very sharp, fist-sized emblem of what Britta determined to be the mystery cult of Mentra. And I think there's a photo of that icon. Let me see.
Yeah, it's that one, where it's, Sheepland's son.
Maybe it's in general. Yeah, it's in general.
Yeah, it's in general. I'll just repost it to Roleplay.
And at this point, we had like reunited and kind of traded our little stories here of a crazy lady who can talk into minds, and his discovery of this symbol.
Yep, you met up, had a powwow, and then you were under the impression that you needed to go immediately to investigate this gladiator because of your extremely high dominate. But there was only about a half hour left until the sun came up, so you went ahead and melded it to the earth after some cajoling by the others not to go out with the risks of the sun.
They convinced me you could wait just a bit.
Be right back real quick. My dog is scratching on the door.
So, yeah, I think that pretty much covered everything. We rested.
Okay, everyone rest. We are on September the 13th now. We rise in order of humanity. So, who has the highest humanity? Humanity numbers, guys?
I think I have a 7.
4. And that's with me succeeding on the
Oh, that's right.
you had me
Yeah, I need Britta to roll that too. You need to roll a humanity check for the planned violation you had done for killing those Romans.
I've killed lots of Romans. Why is it different now?
it's not
Because
different.
now the beast is gnawing at you. Before you were just a man, now you have a force that is threatening to hollow you out from the inside and use you as a...
It's worth it to kill Romans. Alright. That's conscious, right? Conscious?
Yep.
It's conscience, and what is your current rating now? You said 5, right? Okay, and this is a planned violation, which was a 2, so the DC is 6 plus the number of steps between, which makes it a DC 9 for correct, right, Andrew? But I reduced it by 2 to account for the fact that they were raised as zombies anyway. So that should make it commensurately easier for the fact that you just kind of said, well, they were going to die either way.
Yeah, so it's 7.
And I've been spoiled by the other game because I spent all my points on the merit for luck. I got like the highest level lucky I can get, and now on this character, I'm always like, shit, that's a bad roll. If only I could re-roll it.
Let's see.
Yeah, no, I botched, bro. It was not good.
botched.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Okay. That means, what happens? You lose the humanity and you gain the derangement?
So you lose 1 dot of humanity, and actually it could be 2. If it would bring her down to 3. No, I think once you're at 3, then you can start taking an extra, the extra loss from like one of your virtues instead of your humanity. Because you lose 2 points on a botch, basically. Now the second point can be from a virtue if you're at 3 or less. And then derangement.
1 minute. Apparently we have no pencils in the house.
None.
No, I swear they are all over this place, and I was thinking, why is that here? We're gonna need it for game time, and then come game time, no pencils, like anywhere. So, on a crit fail, as I have had, I go down 2 points, or I go down 1 in a derangement.
You lose 2 points, and then unless that would take you below 3, if it takes you below 3, then you can lose virtues instead, which you have to do to go from humanity to something else.
Yeah, if you want to. You only have to do that if it would change the virtue. So like, if the alternate path still uses conscience and self-control, then you don't have to do that. You just have to lose the humanity, be at like 3 or less.
Well, they can lose their virtue either way, like, because I imagine that's a way of staving off, losing all your humanity and stuff.
Yeah.
It's
Because
a
botch
release mechanism.
Like, put you in the sale.
So that puts you down at 3, and you gain a derangement. I need to take a quick look and find something. But what this essentially means is that you do not care that these men died, and you think it's kind of funny how...
Alright, well, yeah, I'm cool with that.
What's your humanity at now?
3.
Okay, so she has the lowest, so she raises last.
Well, yeah, now.
Right, and this takes place before we rest and all that.
Alright. So, let's start with the highest, which I think Gaia said he was 7, or is Marco
talking about humanity? That was me. You're talking about our humanity?
Yes.
I believe mine is 7. Or no, it's 6 now.
Mine's a 7.
Okay, so Gaius is first to rise. He has about a half hour.
Issues.
Oh, Yanish is first to rise. Sorry, they're sounding similar tonight. Yanish is first to rise. He's got about a half hour before Gaius rises as well. What would you like to do, Yanish?
Quick question. At the end of last game, which was the night before, I rolled my flaw when Britta told me about the Leviathan. That compels me. Yeah, I got 2 successes. I don't know if you want me to re-roll or if it's going to hold off a little bit longer.
Oh, if you just rolled it, no, it's fine. We can. Is this a recurring roll? Like you have to do it every time now that you.
I'm reading the rule. It does not say I have to do it. It just says that I can roll it says I rolled difficulty 8. I must succeed a willpower roll difficulty 8 or drop everything to pursue it. But I can temporarily focus on something else.
You had succeeded though, didn't you?
I got
succeeded.
2
Okay,
successes.
I don't think that's going to be a recurring check on its own. You made a check the success, and so I think it's just something where if the name keeps coming up, the
Okay. Well, in that case, I will. I'll spend about the half hour sharpening my weapon and waiting for the others.
Okay, Gaius, you rise and see Ines sharpening his weapon.
Getting ready for breakfast?
I don't say anything. I'm just sharpening it and I'm just staring at it.
And what does your reflection say?
Does Gaia speak Hebrew by chance?
Nope, he's just speaking to you in Latin.
Oh,
You've encountered one individual who has spoken Hebrew, and that was Odin.
well, basically, like the only response he gives to you as he's like looking at his blade and he's just muttering something, and out of character, it's basically the passage of "prepare for war." He just has the look in his eye like he wants to kill something.
I do have lingua franca, so would I understand any of that?
What do you understand? What? Sorry, second.
Would I understand anything of what he said with lingua franca?
Now he spent some point. I thought you spent some points for Latin, did you?
Right, but he's specifically using Hebrew here.
Yeah, I'm praying in
And
Hebrew.
Lingua franca does not give you Hebrew because Hebrew is not the lingua franca of this land. Lingua franca is a combination of Gaelic, Celtic, Latin. Well, you know Latin, but smatterings of all of those things. No, Hebrew is not lingua franca here.
Too obscure.
Fair enough.
Marco, with your secret language.
That only one other person speaks, and I think he wants to kill me.
He totally brought you back from the dead. I don't think he wants to kill you at all.
Eh? So,
Brought him back so we can kill him again.
Oh my god. So you mutter in Hebrew. Okay.
Alright, guys, you still have the tail end of sunset to you. You have a feeling that Callum won't rise until after the sun. And Britta, she seemed pretty broken up last night. She's still not moving.
We're at the point where it starts to affect our... Well, she's at the point where it starts to affect her appearance and stuff with, like, interactions with humans. Because at Humanity 3, you have a +1 to, like, social roles with humans.
Yeah, you start getting that Sith Lord look.
Yeah. Darth Sidious over here.
unlimited power.
Oh, God. I'm just picturing just, like, this ragged lady.
You guys just wait? Or
Y'all got some time if you want to do something.
still hit up the market? Commerce still happens.
You need something. You need a sword or some shit.
Let's see. I guess I'll ask Gaius if we need any additional supplies.
I'm not exactly sure if we... what does a vampire need? He doesn't need food anymore.
What does the goblin say?
He hasn't seen the goblin.
Question. What was the term that, Wotan had used for vampirism? Like, what did he call us? Did he say, like, vampire? Like, what was it?
I believe well, no, he never said vampire. I believe what he referred to as are either gods or immortals. I believe he called you immortal. No, he does not call you god at this point because he does not. No, he doesn't think you're god. No, he called you immortal.
Okay, so we just think of ourselves as immortals. And that's...
who feed upon human souls, carried in the blood. Yeah. From your silence, I conclude you're just going to wait.
Pretty much.
All I can. I've only got one thing on my mind at this point.
Okay. Well, time passes, the sun sets, and Callum rises, but Britta still remains.
Okay, I'll go ahead and spend my blood point for rising.
Yeah, if you've risen, spend a blood point.
So I'll come melding like out of the ground, just like before, and take stock of my surroundings. Like I know I'm still in the room, right? Because we had gotten like a dirt floor. Isn't that what happened?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you have a dirt floor.
Yeah. So it was like I'm just in the earth beneath them. So I just come up, just take stock of what you guys are doing. See you sharpening a blade, and what's Gaius doing?
Gaius is sitting on his whatever's available to sit on.
There's a footstool.
Sitting on a footstool, kind of kneeling back, or varying from that and mocking Yiddish. Not childishly, but more just mocking his facial expression, staring at his own gladius.
Okay. So I'll take a look at the two of you and go, well, what are we waiting for?
I point to Britta.
She knows where we need to go. We must find the Mithraeum within Iska's depths. And and remember, before it was, the barracks that we thought that it was in, right? Isn't that where we thought?
That's correct. I don't have. I wasn't planning on Britta getting a derangement, so I'm gonna hold off on giving her one and give her one after I've had some time to really think of something that's gonna. So for tonight, just know that she's acting a little off. You had figured out that no, you didn't figure out that the Mithraeum was in the barracks. You just knew to look for the Mithraeum, and you knew that the Gladiator has a connection to Mithras. That you hadn't found out where the Mithraeum was beyond the quote depths of it.
Okay.
Now you have gone underground at one point into that prison complex, but is that really a Mithraeum?
I have no idea. And that's where I'm just going to be like, okay, she knows what we're looking for. She can help us find it when she awakens. And I'll, move to the door to leave.
I'll follow him.
Are you leaving before Britta awakens, or no?
I am. I'm under dominate. I'm, determined. So...
Oh, okay. Gaius would point that out. She has to wake up before we leave for her to wait for her to awaken. She's asleep.
Well, perhaps you should wait with her. I will go and look.
I'll go with.
To leave me with her?
Yes.
But she doesn't like me.
I don't think she likes anyone. Terrible things happen to her, as did to the rest of us. So, I'm going to go look. I need to find this place. It's somewhere within Iska's depths. So I have somewhere to begin. I'm going to start asking the soldiers. They have to know something.
I'm gonna go with him.
I will see you later. You stay with her, and come and find us.
Okay. Alright, where are you heading?
So, let me look at this map. Let's see here. to this entertainment district where, or maybe even the red light district, something, you know, and find somewhere where there's a party going on. There's always a party going on somewhere, right? And I can go there and I don't know, talk to people, just go around. I'm not terribly bad at just giving performances, talking to people. I mean, I'm not great either, but you know, gonna work in the people, see what I can come up with.
Okay, so you're gonna go ahead and just ask around.
Yeah, you know, and what I'm gonna specifically be asking about is if these people know if there's like anything secret or hidden within the depths of the city.
I guess give me a charisma investing.
Okay.
Let's go with the difficulty of what district are you going to? You said the red light district.
Yeah. You know, because there's probably soldiers that somebody. I don't have investigation. I don't have dots in that.
And the knowledge, are you not able to make it?
No. Normally you can roll knowledges without dots in it. Maybe can I try a different type of thing? Like
Hold on, I don't have the sheet.
investigation would be the best thing, but don't have anything in that. I have to go some other route.
I guess charisma subterfuge, but it's going to be a much higher DC.
Okay. Well, at least I have dice in that.
Go with a DC of, I guess 8. This is a mystery cult, so by definition, people aren't going to just tell you about it.
Alright, I have one success.
One success. One success. You run into a Roman soldier. This is a legionnaire who looks a little bit older, more seasoned. And he's not with the Ninth, at least not from what you can tell. But he does have a tattoo of that mysterious symbol that you identified. This one's in ink. And it's on
Where
his
is it?
arm.
On his arm?
It's on his arm. It's opposed to where he would normally have his Legion designation, so it's on the other arm. I don't know if they had it on the left or the right.
Okay. I'll kind of like nudge
Left, just for context.
and like nod at him. What'd you say?
I said just for context, it's left.
Okay, so for him, he would have this on his right.
So yeah, so since the Unish is there, you know, I'll just kind of like nudge him and like, you know, head nod like in that guy's direction at the where, you know, where it's clearly visible, this tattoo. Go up to.
I'll nod at him.
He appears to be moonlighting as a bouncer for one of these. This is kind of a circus tent. It's essentially a pleasure house where you would go in there and go to a cot within this one large. It's kind of like an orgy, I guess, but you know, there are rules. He just kind of looks at you and scoffs a bit.
What I'm gonna do?
He looks at Unish and says, "You come here in uniform?"
I don't say anything.
Just silent stare.
I turn to Callum, and I basically wait for him to make some kind of statement.
He hasn't even looked at Callum. I mean, he maybe sized him up, but then immediately turned and talked to you.
I will speak to. I will speak to the man talking to me in Hebrew.
Does he respond?
He says, "The fuck are you on about?"
I look over at Callum.
I'm gonna take out this like coin purse that I have and kind of jingle it, right? Coins. Get his attention.
Wait, what do you want? He said.
And then I'm gonna like flick his tattoo. Say, what's that about?
The hell you mean?
I recognize it.
Do you now? What do you think you recognize? Seen it on the field of battle killing your mates, eh?
Something like that.
Oh, I've been all around.
Jingle the coins some more. Hold them out to him.
What's this game?
I want you to tell me about that. What does it mean? What does it really mean?
I am going to need you to roll because your initial roll was shitty. So I
That's
need you to
fair.
cope.
Would this be
Just
manipulation?
going straight out. Yeah, just going straight out with it. I would say it's a charisma leadership. If you're wanting to coax it out of them, we're gonna need to manipulate.
Yeah, I mean, I'm using money. I'm clearly manipulating.
Sure. Let's do a. Would this be a manipulation? What is a bribery? I guess would that be subterfuge? Legit?
Well, it's up to you. I can see some multiple things. Like,
Let's go with subterfuge because you are offering him a bribe without outright saying it. Let's go with subterfuge. So,
yeah,
you want a manipulation subterfuge? Difficulty is gonna be. Yeah, go with.
okay. I'm gonna use a willpower point on this.
Okay.
That would be 3 successes because of the 10 count as 2.
My God. Mithras, God of the sun.
And I hand the coins to him.
And what? The symbol of my God, my religion.
Tell me about him.
Mithras is the god of the Roman soldier. He's known for the slaying of the
You cut out slaying of the what?
slaying of the bull.
What bull?
A monster, supposedly a monster that no longer exists in this world. From a time long ago. Things were much larger back then, yeah?
We have stories like that here.
Oh, yeah. You seem to have them in all the cultures we've conquered. It's always the same story, but this Mithras is the real deal. He'll protect you on the field of battle. I hear some people have even seen him.
And, the tattoo. What? Your devotion?
The symbol of my devotion, yeah.
Like mine. And I show my, like, I just, like, clearly they're visible, like, they're not something I can hide, but, like, kind of displaying more openly the tattoos of, the Pictish, symbolism that I have on me.
Yeah? And how'd your god's protection work out for you?
Greater than you think.
Not from where I'm standing. Who's he? Your master? He gestures toward you, Nish.
Companion. We find ourselves allied.
Oh? You speak to him. Because he's not said a fucking word to me. Soldier, I say again, why are you outside this tent in uniform?
I mutter some things in Hebrew and then mutter a little bit more, and then I say auxiliary in Latin.
Auxiliary.
I am his local guide.
Nish, you've got a gladius, is that correct?
Yep.
Are you wearing it?
Yep.
Since when are you lot allowed to carry swords? He gestures. Auxiliaries were bowmen.
I do want to point out this is one of the broken gladiuses.
Well, it's sheathed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then how would he know it's broken?
Oh, okay. Fair comment. I look at Cal. Look over at Callum, as if like saying, "What do you say?"
So I kind of like I try to like butt in a little bit here and derail this like line of questioning. I'm trying to like go back to what I was talking about. Just be like, this Mithras. You see, you must be very devoted. You must know more. Is there?
No, I'm
places
only
of
a
worship?
Leo.
What does that mean?
Oh, and we have a little order here. Us Roman soldiers. I guess you would consider it an initiate. He gestures for more coins.
I look at Yanish.
How many coins do you have?
I had 42 denaries. No, 32. 32 or 42? 32.
Okay. At this point, I assume you've given him 10.
Oh, okay.
Are you going to continue giving this man money? Each time he
Yeah.
asks is going to be
Another what?
another 5.
Yeah, I don't care. Yeah.
Okay. So now we're
This
up
is
to
all
15
I
denarii.
have, and I took it from somebody. I don't care about this Roman money. It doesn't mean anything to me.
Okie doke.
I give him 5 more, sure.
Continue your question.
Yeah,
Dude,
so,
I like that mentality. That's like perfect.
yeah, it's like, why would I care about Roman money? It's not mine. Whatever. So, yeah, I give him 5 more. And, this, order. There are others? Tell me about them.
Oh yeah, all around us.
Who is the highest of rank?
Oh, even I don't know that.
Oh,
See,
well, the
it's
highest
secret.
rank.
It's not official policy to be a part of, to believe in gods that aren't, well, that are outside the normal Roman god. You know, but Mars takes it as a betrayal. And so they're quite secretive with their membership. I don't know the holiest.
Well, the
Or
highest
were you
rank.
asking for the rank? Oh, the rank name?
Well, I was talking about the highest ranked, like, individual. That's what I meant. But
The name
I can
of the
see there
rank
being like
or
a
the name of the
miscommunication.
person?
Like the highest ranked person.
Oh, he's saying I don't know who the highest ranked person is.
Right. So who's the highest that you do know?
Oh, that'd be my buddy. Let me get a name for him.
Marco, you should totally be using Auspex during all this.
Let's go with
Just throwing out there.
Paula Calventius Sura. What? Paula Calventius Sura.
Hey, Andrew, I would accept that there's a bit of a small issue with that.
Oh yeah.
And it's not necessarily that one, but it's also the fact that I would lose a blood point, and I'm already rocking like around 13.
Yeah. You haven't like gorged yourself the way I have. It's fair. Okay. So so this buddy of yours, is he high rank in the Roman Legion as well?
Oh, I know. He's just a rank above me.
What's he do on his time off?
Well, what do you mean?
Oh, you're here.
Takes in a show? Oh, do you mean does he do any outside work?
Yeah.
No, to my knowledge he doesn't. He always seems to be pretty well off. He mostly takes in, well, he opens the tent flap.
Oh, he's here.
Not right now, no, but he won't come to this establishment. He thinks it's a little... with me being the gate guard and all. But he does go to one of the tents around here.
Which
He
one?
likes to change it up. He goes from tent to tent. No sense staying in one, right?
Right. Good talk.
He coughs one more time and gestures to his hand.
I just hand him the rest of the bag.
His eyes go wide for a second, and then he nods. Good evening, gentlemen.
I was so tempted to make a joke, but that would be a very bad joke.
Alright, at this point, Britta rises, and Gaius is in the room with her. Britta, you are feeling extremely disoriented. You've woken up, the sun is already... You feel thirstier than you did before.
Alright. Well, it still only cost me one to rise, so. I'll look around. Where's Callum?
He left to find a dungeon of some kind. He was very enthusiastic about it and told me to wait here for you to wake up.
Ah, brilliant. Still on about that, Alright, well, now we have to figure out where he is, and then figure out where that is. Oh, God, I could eat a small village.
Finally, something I can agree with. Oh, by the way, do you recognize this? And he tosses her the little, like, brooch thing that he...
Hold on, I'm asking a storyteller what the brooch is.
Wait, this is, are you talking about the holy symbol you took?
Yes, that's
Okay, she already looked at it last time, and she's the one who identified it as a symbol of Mithra. Additionally, this is not a brooch, this is this size, so it's more akin to a very large stone shuriken that's quite heavy, if anything. It's not suitable for throwing, but it is extremely sharp, as if the instrument was used to draw.
Yeah, I mean, you could still kill a dude with it if you had to.
Easily, it's essentially a saw blade, look at it.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
So she already made that check, and you already know who the symbol is for.
Rat Eater you guys found, he's a follower of Mithras, so wouldn't he know where this place is?
Perhaps.
How did things go with him? Is he amenable to seeing us again, or are you on a list?
Neither. I wasn't seen when we met.
Alright, well, excellent. Then I think we should go pay him a visit.
All right then. And I guess Gaius would kind of gesture for her to follow him, and actually, let's get something to eat first.
Yes, I'm starved.
Okay, where are you guys going to hunt?
Just in the local area. I'm looking for someone who's kind of a troublemaker who won't be missed.
Okay, if you just want to make a generic hunting roll, let's do, what's the hunting roll again? Andrew, is it perceptions or?
Andrew's getting a drink.
Oh, I guess let's, how are you going about this? Are you going to use your social charms? Are you just going to look for someone that's hanging out in a dark alley?
I think based upon my low humanity and my high intelligence, I would start distancing myself from humanity more physically. So I believe I would use my intelligence to look for evidence that the person would not be missed. Maybe they're behaving in antisocial ways. Maybe they're standing off on their own. Maybe their clothes are disheveled. I'm approaching it more from a scientific standpoint.
That would be a perception then. So let's go with a perception survival.
So, it's any attribute and ability combination that you think is appropriate for it. It can be charisma and expression if they're trying to, like, seduce somebody or whatever. It can be anything. Sorry, I was away when you first asked.
Okay. I could also allow, if you're looking specifically for someone who's going to be away from the crowd and kind of vulnerable, like you're talking about, intelligence, empathy, if you want to. Difficulty is 6. Okay, you were able to find kind of almost a sickly looking Celt slave on his way back to his master's quarters. He's taking down the wrong alleyway just outside of the inn. And he's alone. It's suddenly silent, and the beast calls out. What's your blood pool at?
Oh, 24. I'm just doing this to max it out.
Oh, okay then. Alright, how much blood are you going to take from him?
If I can do it without killing him, I'd rather do that, but I'd like to get at least 3 points.
Okay, well, what's your medicine?
2.
Oh, okay, make an intelligence medicine.
I have discerning. May I use that?
It's your difficulty of, let's go with 7. Three successes. You can tell from his pallor and the way he's kind of pale and hunched over a little bit. He's actually quite ailing right now. Taking 3 points might be a little dangerous. Effectively, he's only got a blood pool of around 6-ish right now. You could take a point, maybe 2, and then he might be taken by fever and disease much later.
I'll split the difference. I'll take 2 and I'll give him 1 point back to ghoul him.
He's just gonna shove blood in his mouth?
I mean, I was gonna take blood out of his neck.
Okay, give me 1 second here. Let me look up your...
Oh, right. I'm not supposed to do that. Oh, my character doesn't know about ghouling. I'm sorry. Disregard that. I forgot. I don't know anything about that. I'm sorry. My character wouldn't do that.
Right, you were given blood. Well, you were told to feed blood, or rather what Odin gave you, to people that you felt were worthy.
Well, this isn't that. This is me as a player being like, oh, okay, well,
Right.
I can still...
But from that, I could allow you an intelligence occult to surmise what is being done here, as you know what this fluid he gave.
Yeah, but I'm not giving one of the assigned drinks to this man. So I'll just take one blood from him.
Okay, take your blood.
You can't make ghouls anyway.
Guys, do you want to make the same roll? Or...
Yeah, what was the first one again? First roll?
Oh, her roll was, she rolled a perception survival just to spot a straggler. However, your hunting may be different, depending on how you want to do it. Plus, you have obfuscate too.
Gaius wouldn't go for like a homeless guy. He would look for somebody healthy, because he believes he's stealing souls.
Okay, and are you just, how are you doing it? Are you sneaking up on them? Are you convincing them to follow you? That's...
No, he would probably sneak up on him. He would probably look for somebody who, like I said, it looks healthy, but doesn't look like they're surrounded by too many people. Someone just kind of like firing off in like a little straggler.
Okay, make a perception survival again. Difficulty for you, let's say, is 5, accounting for your obfuscate.
So that's survival.
Yeah.
Which you said on this? Yeah, that one canceling one out.
Okay. You are able to find a healthy kelp that is kind of away from... Well, he's away from any... He's probably a middle-aged man. He looks healthy enough. He's not strapping necessarily, but he's not dying of disease either. How much blood are you taking from him? And what is your pool at?
My blood pool is at 5.
My.
Yeah, and he would probably take. I mean, he believes he's eating a soul. You can't take a soul without killing the person. So.
Just take it all.
Oh, okay. In that, you don't need to roll self-control in that case. All right. If you're just going to eliminate him, then take full 10 points. And make a humanity roll for me.
Humanity is which one again? It's my humanity
Conscience.
conscience.
Yeah, it's going to be your conscience, and this is a planned violation. So, what's your humanity? You said it was a 6.
Is that 5?
You're at a 5?
Yeah.
Okay.
5
in that
humanity.
case, in that case, it's going to be a DC of 8. Or, no, 9.
Well, you didn't botch.
You failed. And so you kill this kelp, and you hear him in your mind as you drain his blood away. You hear the name of his wife. You hear her voice singing softly to you. You even hear his babies. You don't quite know their names. He dies just before you're able. And it all just seems so very banal and blah. A stupid name, too.
I just got a really good idea. So, Gaius, you should totally, like, the next arrangement he gets should totally be that one where when he drinks blood from somebody, thinks he's actually gaining, like, that person's memories and stuff, and if he
has
fails...
that.
Oh, he does?
It is my derangement.
That's why I'm
my
describing what he's getting.
mind then. Shit.
Alright. So you drop the corpse to the ground, or what do you do with it?
Hide it. It's not gonna just leave it there.
I mean, maybe you would. You're feeling pretty callous about this whole...
Yeah, he would hide it. He's not that stupid.
Okay. Make a perception stealth for where to hide it. Let's go with the difficulty of...
It's 2.
Click 2. Okay, 2 successes. You find a house with an open door that you can kind of just stuff it. It's gonna be a problem when the people wake up, but, you know.
Not your problem then.
Nope. He wouldn't just stuff him though. He would lay him down kind of peacefully. He does have respect.
I mean... Again, you failing the conscience roll kind of means that you don't feel respectfully about this individual at all.
He doesn't feel bad. He doesn't feel bad about killing him. He's just, I don't know, manners. I guess.
It's the you guess part that's the kind of the focus here. Alright, sure. You lay him down respectfully and you depart. Okay. So where do you guys...
Well, unless guys objects, I think we were gonna go try to talk to the gladiator about Cult of Mithras. So, how do you suggest that we get in, guys?
Usually I just walk in the door. But I don't imagine that's gonna work.
Well, you evaluated the defenses for the gladiator's chambers before, right?
Not really. He's just stood guard and I walked through the door. I'm not sure how. I just didn't seem to want to be seen, so I wasn't.
Okay, well... Did you notice any other women over there? Is this another one of those men's-only little dick areas?
It's a military barracks.
Which means the women are there too?
It means that the only women that are there are probably for washing or whoring.
Well, could you maybe challenge him to a battle to the death outside, and then we'll just, get the knowledge we need from him and kill him? I don't know how it works with you Romans. Isn't that something you do?
Sure, let me just summon the strength of Hercules and I'll go challenge him to a duel. Come on. And he just walks off.
Okay, I follow him.
Okay, are you going to this barrack?
Yeah, he'll take her to the barrack.
Okay.
Until he asks me to stand aside, I will. I'll just follow him. Huh? Alright, sure. Great. Is that what we're doing? Okay, cool.
Alright. So, essentially you make it all the way to the barracks entrance. When it is apparent that security has been heightened now. There are now no less than 3 guards standing outside the door. These ones are on high... Someone may have been a little sloppy last time they were here.
May have been.
Nudge, nudge.
I told him about the door. I pointed at it.
I mean, there's also that guy whose skull you encaved. With your fist.
Oh yeah, that guy.
You don't remember murder?
And then you stepped over the body, casual.
Look, we've had a busy few nights, okay?
Gaius has been trying to go his normal route of talking, but it hasn't been working, so he's resorting to other methods.
Well, now security has been heightened. There are 3 guards at the gate. What do you do? Or door.
Gaius is going to try to appear natural and approach the Roman guard and say, I have seized security has been heightened. What seems to have happened?
He takes one look at you. Name and rank?
Gaius Eduardo Sola. Venator. And
A sentry was murdered last, bludgeoned in the back of the head. We think it's one of the barbarians.
sounds like something they would do. Or well, cleave. They like to leave clean cuts.
Exactly. We're thinking some kind of large club. Or maybe a sledgehammer.
You think the savages are smart enough to make hammers?
Oh, I know they are. I've seen them in action. Is that all then, Venator?
It's not possible we can get inside. We want to meet the, Maximus, the gladiator.
Oh. He takes a look over at Britta. Britta, what's your appearance?
Oh no.
Not great, Bob. Not great. I mean, I ain't a Nazi, but, let's just say I got a great personality. Got an appearance of 2.
2?
You
Well,
got a great personality unless your charisma's high.
2 is...
Well, shit, I'm 0 for 2, guys. I got a lot of intelligence. I can trick you into a lot of bullshit.
2 is technically in the average range, maybe on the lower average range. He takes a look at her and then looks back at you. Oh, that kind of meeting, Venator? How much is she paying?
She didn't say. She just winked at me a lot.
Why, I should be a gladiator myself. They get to have all the fun.
Right, and then he just kind of elbows him with like a nudge nudge.
Alright, lady, right this way. He motions for you to come.
I approach and I indicate that guys should be coming with me if he is not. I don't say anything though. Like, I'm trying not to deign him with my voice. I'm just going forward.
Yeah, guys, follows. And kind of, I'm gonna turn on Auspex and obfuscate at this point.
Okay. And what heightened senses, if any, are you activating?
Sight and hearing?
I'm sorry, Titan, what?
Hearing.
Okay. Alright, are you looking for anything in particular with Auspex? Like searching the crowd, or are you just going to scan individuals as they come up?
Scan the individuals as they come up. It's more just for like alertness than anything.
Alright, yeah, go ahead and go inside. Your soldiers open their ranks, you're able to look inside. You turn on obfuscate and all of that stuff, I assume, after you've gone through the door.
Right.
Okay. As you step through the door, there is, the hall is now, riotous with activity still. Soldiers It's not fully lights out yet. Well, lights out, candles out, I guess. And the soldiers are still up talking. A lot of them are talking excitedly in Latin about the things they want to do, or hunting in the countryside, or troop movements. Some of them are exercising, others are. You can proceed unmolested by yourself to the quarters, but you have a woman in a Roman barrack. So, pretty much the second you turn the corner, Britta, and by the way, obfuscated, you have no idea where he is anymore. There is that issue. You obfuscate from everyone. So Britta is now alone, surrounded by Roman.
He's not gonna leave her. He's just there, obfuscated. If she doesn't see him, and if she doesn't make any notice that she can't see him, he's not gonna pay him.
She'll mutter angrily about cowardice Romans very quietly, sigh, and then go in the direction she hopes the dude's quarters are in, unless she was given specific instructions for where they are.
He didn't give you any before he obfuscated, so which direction do you go? There are 3 ways to go. You may go left, right, or down a straight hall of monsters. Many Romans are already eyeing you up and down. A few are catcalling.
Alright, well...
Guys will walk upstairs, whispering, and just walk towards the barracks that he's in, but he's gonna tell, like, this way.
You're whispering to her?
Yeah, he's gonna go, like, right next to her and whisper this way, and then go head towards where he's going, making noises.
Thanks. This way. Okay. Which way?
And then he's gonna, like, knock some pans over, like, the table or something.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh, okay. No, in that case, you're gonna need to make a dex stealth. Difficulty of, what? You're knocking pans and pots from the...
Clearly pans and pots. Something on the table that doesn't look like it really matters that much. It's not gonna sit there and make anybody mad, but...
Okay, make a dex stealth. Difficulty of 9. You're walking into the middle of a barracks with all of these people and messing up cards.
It's wits and stealth to stay.
Oh, wits, I'm sorry.
Presence.
Yeah,
It's
go wit.
5 and 9, depending on the noise level.
Well, this is a visual disturbance too. Let's go to the DC of 8.
Let's see you.
Let's go to the DC of 8. So, wit stealth DC. Alright. So, suddenly, everyone is staring at you.
They just suddenly realize he's there.
Not just that they suddenly realize you're there, suddenly they're all staring at you, the entire room, as you are on top of this card table, knocking aside their cards, and you're standing atop the table, and none of them can look away from you. Some of them continue to try to have their conversations. They quickly get lost in it.
I sigh and put my hand on my face.
This is great. Just, oh man.
I'm sorry, Gaius. Which way?
Yeah, positive. Positive. They're not looking at you.
Alright, I'll proceed down that path quickly.
The guy gets off the table and dusts his shirt off. He's like, "Sorry, gentlemen. You know how frustrating women can be." And he just continues on.
What?
Alright, when you break line of sight with these people, they are able to go back to their conversation, but a lot of them are saying, like, "What a wanker. Can you believe that jackass?" Some of them make fun of your appearance. And Gaius, you find leading this lady about now, every soldier stares at you the moment you enter the conversation fades. You go over like a fart at church. not looking at her, so in a weird way it kind of works. You're able to make it to the chamber of the gladiator, the door at least. Although now you have a room worth of Romans staring at you in front of this door.
Alright, well, I guess I'll knock on the door.
Yeah, you wanted to challenge him to a duel.
No, I said you do that.
They start laughing at you. Oh, you challenge Maximus to a duel. He'll split you from stem to stern, one of them. Is someone opening the door?
I said I knocked.
Oh, you knock. Then... see, at this point... yes, the door is answered by a gentleman with the sigil of Mithras on his forehead. And what's the picture of it?
Seems like a healthy person making healthy life choices. That's what I think every time I see a forehead tattoo.
Don't judge.
If they didn't want me to judge, they wouldn't put it on their forehead. That's literally like the billboard, like, for you as a person is your forehead.
This guy, but with a forehead tattoo. Well, not a tattoo. It is, again, this kind of a red wax, almost, it looks like. The same kind of thing you would see on a wax seal, but on a, on skin.
Like, what the hell?
And you look at him with awestruck. Guy,
Yeah, you cut out. You said I'd look at him with
you look at him with awestruck? Is that correct?
Yeah.
Roll
I have
difficulty
no
perception
idea.
empathy.
Okay.
Difficulty of 8. You are using your vision, though. So go ahead and lower it by your awestruck rating.
So it's perception, empathy, minus aspects.
Yeah, minus your awestruck rate. So, yeah. Well, no, it's a difficulty 8 minus your awestruck rating. I'm sorry. Yes.
Okay, well then hold on, let me re-roll that then.
Yeah, no. Your dice pool is perception, empathy. Your difficulty is 8 minus your awestruck.
Cool, 2 successes.
Wait, 8 minus your auspex, right?
Right, to account for his heightened senses.
And your auspex is 3, right?
Yep.
Difficulty 5. So you have 3.
Oh, yeah, so 3 successes.
Okay. What you see is kind of strange. You haven't seen an aura like this one. It's almost blinding. You can catch kind of the radiance of it in the colors and the perception before you reflexively shut your eyes. You feel like if you stared at it too long, it might have made you, well, at least temporarily blinded you. It's a... let's see. A green aura with yellow stripes through it, and through it all, atop all of it, is rapid, rippling, golden sparkle. And then again, you shut your eyes and try not to look at him directly with this power going, because you feel it like it's the radiance of it you had stared at the sun itself when you were mortal.
kind of just flinches a little bit. I'm trying to find a page that tells me what those auras mean.
Oh, it's page 196. He looks you up and down, and then he looks at Britta up and down. Oh. Oh, truly, I am blessed this day. Come inside, please. He motions for you both to come inside.
I do.
I am blessed, he says. Oh, God.
You don't know me too well, do you?
You don't know him. I mean, what kind of person, like, looks dull and it's like, I am blessed? With how inhuman you look.
Yeah, nope, I'm good. And Gaius just lets her go in, and he shuts the door and waits outside.
Okay, very chivalrous, bro. I got this.
Exit only, bro.
I mean,
Even as
to
a
be,
man.
to be fair, he saw his aura. Like, he has a, like, oh, yeah, no, I don't want to go in there.
But, something tells me if you play your cards right, you'll probably get what you want.
Is he going to wait outside? He says to you in Latin.
It would appear so. So, I guess that leaves us to discuss.
Salutations, godling. Your presence sets my soul alight. To what do I owe the honor?
How did you know?
Oh, I can tell. I have met others like you. Know you the Lord of Sunlight?
I presume you refer to Mithras.
Yes. And tell me, what heavenly body do you represent? Surely not Venus. Perhaps another.
More closely associated with the hunt than the heavenly bodies generally.
Ah, then the moon, a reflection of the sun's glory.
That would be fair. And what do you represent?
Is it, Athena, the, goddess of the moon in the hunt?
Artemis, I believe or Diana.
Artemis, that's what it is, yeah, Artemis.
Although I believe Artemis, I think, is... No, Artemis is Roman, Diana is the Greek.
It's the opposite of Apollo, I know that.
I'm sorry, what was your question, brother?
I was asking what he represented. What, if I looked at the moon, then who was he?
I am but a pale reflection of the sun's glory. I serve the sunlight.
Ah, 2 moons. Tell me, do you know of a Miss Graham around here?
Why, indeed I do, milady.
I should have went with y'all. Damn my, impatience.
Would it be a safe place for me to go if I was escorted by one such as yourself?
Oh, assuredly not. Women are not welcome in the Mithraeum.
Well, in that case, I shall just have to convey information to my colleagues. Tell me, I hear you are the strongest. How have you come to be so?
The Lord shineth his light upon me, and so I am his blessings upon me many times.
Does he come to see you personally?
I have gazed upon the sun itself, yes.
So, I'm just checking my character's understanding. I have these 3 bags of blood. I'm supposed to find a strong Roman, and this is the strongest Roman. So am I supposed to sneak this to him? Am I supposed to convey it in like a ritualistic fashion? Do I have any hints as to how I'm supposed to proceed with this?
You were given no direction because it is open-ended. If you think that I am telling you this is the person you were supposed
guy is already a member of the Mithraeum. So if I turn him, would he immediately become a player for our side? Like, not like a player character, but I mean, could I be like, hey, join us in godhood or nigh godhood, and then he could go get stuff for me?
I'm unclear what you're asking. You're asking me, can you give him this blood and then make him on your side?
Yeah, I mean, is this making ghouls or vampires?
It depends on when you administer it to them. Now, Wotan told you to administer it to them when they were near death, not.
Okay. So, then, well, what the hell? I'll just take the plunge. Your name is Maximus, right? Is that it? Just Maxis?
No, his full name, what? Maximus Varius Leticus.
Alright. So, old Max, I have an offer to make you. And whichever way you land on it, that's fine, but I ask for your silence when it comes to this offer being made. Are you comfortable with that?
Silence with regards to whom?
Anyone who asks.
There are many who I keep secrets from, and there are some who I do not.
Very well. Just don't go broadcasting it. You were correct in your analysis that I am a godling, and my mission here is to find those worthy of ascension, and as such, I have found you. And I would like to extend to you the offer to join us, if you so choose.
I appreciate your offer, kind lady, but I am keeping my body pure. My purity is of assistance to the Lord of Sunlight, and it is to him that I am pledged. I must respectfully decline your offer.
I understand. If you choose to become the god rather than serve the god, please do let me know. In the meantime, can you tell me where the Mithraeum is so that I may tell my friend who is seeking to worship?
I do not idly invite others to the Mithraeum. If your friend
Certainly.
wishes to join the Mithraeum, he need come see. We do not speak through women folk.
Oh, is that right? I'm just gonna evaluate him with intelligence. Is this someone I think I can take?
I guess make a perception, either survival or melee. Survival, I'm saying a DC of, let's say, 7. Melee, let's...
That's not something you hear too often. Perception melee.
He is a decorated Roman. In life, he likely would have been your better, even with all of your martial experience. However, you're a vampire, and he is not. He's immortal. So, as far as you can tell, he is food for you. No different than those Romans earlier.
Alright. Very good. So I'll,
However, he doesn't seem scared by you and knows what you are.
Yeah, but that could be typical Roman pride, too. Well, either way, it's not just me in this tangled mess. So I'll crack the door and say, Gaius, I require your assistance.
This whole time, Gaius has been being berated publicly. Gaius, go ahead and make a self-control roll for me. Difficulty.
Botch, 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 botch.
What was the difficulty?
It was 8.
Yes.
Provocation.
Yes.
Alright, buddy, you're in frenzy, and you're gonna start killing Romans unless you spend willpower. So, what are we doing?
Oh, I say you keep putting your dice rolls in the roleplay chat instead of the dice roll chat.
Oh,
My bad.
this is an entire barrack of Roman soldiers.
Yeah, no, I don't want to. Yeah, I'm going to spend the willpower.
Alright, you're able to stave it off for a turn. Go ahead and make another self-control roll. Or is it for the scene?
It's one per turn. He would have to like flee from the source, like these people.
Or accrue 5 successes?
Yeah, or get 5 successes and not botch. If you botch, then there's no second chance.
Alright, go
It
ahead
says
and
he
make a
failed the first
self-control
one, his difficulty goes up.
Oh. Alright, so we're gonna go up to a DC 9. Are you gonna continue sitting here and taking this?
Well, didn't she, if she stuck her head out and called me in there, I would just go in there.
Right, but she has a couple turns of conversation. This whole time you've been outside the door, and you cannot hide. Everyone is staring at you, no matter where you go, and they're laughing, and they're pointing, and they're making nasty comments. Some of them are throwing food.
Alright, who threw the first piece of food?
It's kind of tough to tell. It comes from one of the middle of the long table benches.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was like let's say a root vegetable.
Alright, so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and spend... How many blood points? How many I can go up 8, right? I can increase like my strength and stuff by...
I mean, yeah, you can. But, I mean, you will eventually be surrounded.
That's why I asked you through it first, because he's not going to start a fight with the whole group, but you would kind of like go to like the main one who's like trash talk. You know, give him that look here and there.
Everyone. It's like they can't look away or stop laughing at you. There's no one leader. I mean, some of them are talking amongst themselves and jeering, but even the ones that are off by themselves, they're just laughing. I mean, if you want to, you can go to where you think the first vegetable came from, and...
Or could I do like a charisma leadership role? To like laugh and bring them back in line. They are soldiers and I'm a soldier, so...
You can try. Let's see. A Venator is where in the ring?
Well, he's a hunter. basically an immunized. So basically, he is immune from doing things like standing in formation. He's above grunts, essentially.
Would you be in a position to discipline these troops?
I'd be in a position to make sure they didn't eat.
Okay, you can do it with either a charisma leadership, if you're going to try and maybe get some of them back on your side just through like, hey, we're all Roman soldiers, camaraderie, or you can try it through a charisma intimidation if you want to try like drill sergeant.
Nah, you would probably look. He doesn't have any intimidation. You would probably do it through like leadership or something like that.
Okay, make a charisma leadership for me. Let's go with the DC of gonna be 8. Because while you look like a Roman soldier, these guys don't.
I got a 9.
Okay, 1 success. So you're able to give kind of a rousing speech on the gravitas of being a Roman man, and can't we all get along and find kinship in us being surrounded by barbarians in a land of mythic enemies and gods? Some people are a little cowed because they think you're kind of mentally disturbed. Others are kind of listening to your words, and they're just, again, talking amongst themselves a bit more concerned now. But many others are still continuing to jape and jeer at you. You gonna make a self-control roll for me, bud?
Yeah.
Oh, got a 9. Okay, that's 1 success. And then
Every
one
success.
more turn go by, and then Britta will come in.
Every success is like a turn in which you don't have to like worry about going immediately a different.
Make another self-control roll for me, and then Britta comes.
No.
Literally the worst thing that could happen.
Okay, so what are you doing in this situation? Are you gonna start tearing heads off, or are you gonna flee?
Well, like I said, alright, so if he's gonna frenzy, then Gaius is gonna frenzy. So the first thing he's gonna do is find the main one, Jerry, the loudest one of the bunch, and he's gonna grab him by the bollocks, and he's probably gonna rip them off.
He's seated, so if you're gonna do that, you're gonna need to crawl under a table, and then do you really want to go for that specific part, or you just want to hit the guy?
Well, he's gonna grab him somewhere. He's gonna grab him and lift him up with his vampiric strength.
Okay.
If he can.
Okay. What's your strength athletics right now?
Strength athletics now, it would be 4 altogether, unless I spent blood points to increase.
Are you going to spend blood points to increase your strength?
Yeah, probably spend 2.
Do you have any potent?
Potence? Where is that?
It's a discipline.
No, I have divination, obfuscating, offset.
You are going, if you're going to try and lift this man aloft, like, even with 2 hands, you're going to want more than 5 strength. This is a Roman soldier, a hardy person, who is seated at a bench and doesn't want you.
Yeah, alright, so, how many blood points would I have to spend to make it go up by 8?
The difference between it's a 1 for 1.
1 for 1? Okay. So,
You may spend 6 in a turn.
6 to increase my strength.
Okay. So that puts your strength at what, 8?
Nah, this is a 9.
Is it 9? Okay, you are able to lift this man aloft with one arm. I won't even make you roll it with a strength of 9.
Yeah, then he would just toss him.
Okay.
With 9, you could throw like 4 horses, dude.
Yeah, I mean, are you trying to break this guy when you throw?
Oh, he wants to hurt him. He's throwing him with the intention of hurting.
Fuck, what would this be? Would this be a brawl, I guess? A dex
It's,
brawl?
I would say athletics, because throwing things is athletics. You use that for like throwing spears and stuff like that. Strength athletics, maybe. Or you could just have him roll his strength as damage.
Yeah, let's just roll your strength as damage. Let's just do that.
It's my total strength or my actual strength rating?
No, your total. What you've buffed it to is what you are at right now. That is your strength.
Alright, so there we go.
They
I put it wrong. Yeah, it did. God damn it.
Alright, well, those are some pretty terrible rolls. So, yeah, it looks like we've got 2 points of damage. So, you throw him clear across the room, but you manage to throw him to a section of the room that's kind of clear of any other soldiers, weaponry, or and he just kind of lands sprawled out on the floor, sliding up against the wall and thunking against it. There are gasps all about the room. The room falls completely silent, and again, everyone is staring at you. You start to hear, with your enhanced hearing, of Gladii sliding out of wooden sheets. Oi, who the fuck are you? The guy that was standing next to him stands up from the bench and begins to draw it. At this point, Britta sticks her head out of the door. Britta, you see, well, Gaia standing next to a table, a Roman lying, well, sprawled out on the floor, but kind of struggling to his feet. He's now on his knees, kind of catching, and a lot of stunned Roman soldiers.
Oh, Gaius, you're so silly. Come on in.
Gaia at this point is almost frothing.
Oh, that's a different situation.
Yeah, he can't. He's like frenzied for because he botched. He's like frenzied for like indeterminate amount of time.
Gaius, in here. I try to indicate, like, hey, dude, come in here and you can, like, take your frustration out. See if you can ride the wave instead of succumb to it. I don't have dominate or anything. All I can do.
I mean, you can try a charisma leadership on him, but it's going to be a difficulty of 10.
Even then, that's just making you the target of his ire. He is in a frenzy. The beast is fully getting control of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think some soldiers are gonna
Well,
die. They should.
there's a victim here for him to use.
Okay, you can point him in the direction of Maximus, but
Alright, so I actually did get it then.
okay. Alright, so you turn around and in your haze of the beast crying out for blood, you see
One there,
just
too.
kind of, yeah, what do we determine on that? See, the 10 kind of is 2 successes, cancels out one of the ones.
Oh, that's
how I
right.
was reading it.
Yeah, we had counted it as like
I think we just determined we were just going to do that, like we were just going to have 10 beep out of them.
yeah.
Okay, yeah, we flooding of the blood pounding all around you in hearts as adrenaline starts racing. You hear Britta say, "Silly Gaia," and you look and she's pointing at Maximus. But you don't have instinct. You're not adept to steer. You can change your direction, but you need to spend a willpower point. If you do that, you can direct your frenzy towards Maximus instead. Which would you rather fight?
Right? This is
One Roman-sized duck or 100 duck-sized Romans?
that was exactly what I was gonna do, you thief.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend the willpower and then charge right at it.
Okay. Now, he's got a lot of friends in this barrack, so as you do this, there are gasps and some shouts of elation. "Oh, he's charging Maximus! He's charging the gladiator!" Some of them start hooting and hollering. Others continue to draw their swords and start stalking towards the door. Britta, some of them see you, and they motion for you to stand aside.
Oh, the second guy's is in the door. I'm slamming it shut on them. And then I'm blood buffing and holding the door.
Okay. I assume we'll try this with words before we try to fight the Roman legionnaire. Well, the Roman legion. Just the Roman legion. Just the legion. You're going to fight the legion. Okay.
Well, it seems like something to do,
Plenty of candles and torches in this place, I'm just saying.
You're right, we should burn them. You're so smart.
Alright. Meanwhile, guys, we're on initiative, so...
To be clear, I'm fine with still talking this out, but I figure, at least I gave you the option for where to have your thing.
They're not just going to butcher a woman just for standing there. They're going to talk to you.
How? Through the door? That's weird.
Oh, you went through the door as well.
Yeah, I told you all I did was crack it open and, call him inside.
Oh, okay. Alright, then that changes things just a little bit. That's fine. In which case, they're going to start pounding against the door as time goes on. So, are you going to be in this combat with Gaius, or is it just Gaius versus this?
Oh, no, I'm going to be in there with Gaius.
So you're not holding the door?
I was going to stand against it while I saw what shook out if Gaius took control and didn't fight. But if he's charging in to fight, then I'm going to go back him up.
Okay, so I'll put you on initiative, and then just be aware of the door.
Maybe I'll take my first turn to blockade the door.
Initiative, guys. Go ahead and roll.
I forget what I roll for initiative
It's
here.
plus, I'm sorry, Dex plus Wits, and then it's a D10. So you roll 1D10, and then add your Dex, Wits, and any celerity.
Can I blood buff reflexively to rolling initiative?
Not there, Chris.
Oh!
Yeah, I think I can. Flexibly.
How are we supposed to fund the pictures if you keep flooding it with dice rolls?
I know, right? I'm gonna click dice rolls and stay in there. We're good now. I think I rolled a 7, so that's 6, that's 13.
How is it his fault?
Because he cheered it on afterwards. He was planning that. So
He's just a bystander. Botches are fun because they make things more exciting sometimes.
Oh, no.
doubt these people even know how to kill vampires. Well, maybe the gladiator does.
Guys, what's your initiative, buddy?
Oh, it was, I rolled in another channel. It was a 7, so it's 13. I rolled a 7. My dex in with 6.
Tight.
Okay, so first round, guys. Let's see. The gladiator. He looks upon you almost and he just kind of stares you down and says, "Godlike." That's what he's doing. He doesn't know what you're about to do to him. Soda, what are you doing?
Well, I'm evaluating the room for things I can use to blockade this door because I think we're about to get red, and I want to limit it to killing him and then escape.
I mean, the best thing is going to be your own body because of how you can blood off and use potions. But otherwise in this room, as we stated before, it's kind of sparse. You could try to move his cot, but unfortunately he's standing in front of it. You would kind of need him to move for you to...
Well, it's fine. I have 5 strength and 3 potence. So for now, I'll hold the door, and I will look up Spiritus and use that to assist.
You are going to have trouble getting any spirits in this particular location. You are inside of a room, inside a Roman. We're talking maybe rats. That's the best you're going to be able to do.
Rats are cool.
Maybe some spiders, other kinds of insects.
So that's what I'm declaring as my turn. Is I'm basically getting ready. I'm blocking the door.
Okay. And Gaius, what are you doing in your friend?
Well, if he's just on a full-on frenzy, he's just attacking people, so he would just kind of charge at him, and I guess, since he's running towards him, he would go for like a takedown, like a spear.
You are going to be at a... because you have your Auspex going, it is going to be more difficult for you to hit him because of this blinding corona all around him. Are you going to turn Auspex off, or are you going to endure it?
He's in a frenzy, so I don't think he would be thinking about that.
Well, what he's thinking of is bright light, turn bright light off, kill them.
Alright, fair enough. Then he would probably turn.
Frenzy is highly interpretive. Like, a frenzy, an intelligent vampire that is in a frenzy might still use dominate. It doesn't mean that they're completely unable to use their discipline or have intelligence without using them. It just means there's a malevolent purpose behind them, and you want to kill it.
Okay. So you're just going like Scarface mode. Okay.
Yeah, essentially. So you're just going to turn this off and attack him? Go ahead. I guess he just talks to you and you attack him, and Britta's going to hold the door. So, Britta, at this stage with your strength, athletics, and potence, you don't need to roll anything. There's just a thud against you, and you're able to...
Even a whole crowd would have trouble getting through with her holding it.
Yeah, and especially right now when it's just a couple of people, you don't need to roll. Gaius, roll.
I just picture this, like, normal-looking lady, just, like, one hand holding on the door, and just boom, 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 boom. She's just...
Right?
So
looking at her, looking.
So strength and brawl is what I'd be rolling? Or
No, dex.
brawl?
Yeah, I feel like punching its dex brawl.
Well, hang on now. Here's the thing. You're in a frenzy. You're in a frenzy from humiliation. You have the choice of using your weapon if you don't want to brawl. Do you have a gladius?
Yeah, he's wearing his Roman attire. He always has his sword on.
Then, if you're better at melee, you would likely opt to just kill him with melee. Unless you're extremely thirsty and you just had a whole human being, so probably not. You don't necessarily feel inclined to drain him. You want to murder. You were humiliated. You want to butcher.
Yeah. Probably melee. It would be the same roll, so these are equally as good.
Whichever you prefer, but one of them is going to murder and the other is just going to... Well, actually, I guess your fist murdered last time too, so you're...
Yeah.
So what are we doing? Is this a brawl or a melee?
It was a brawl.
Okay. You go to swing at him, and in your frenzy, you rush towards him with primal speed, take a swing at him, and smash straight through his cot instead, breaking it.
I suppose that's a good thing.
You didn't spend blood on strength, did you?
I did earlier.
Earlier, but not this turn.
Not this specific round. No, I did it when I entered the frenzy.
Okay, well then it goes down to 8 now.
Oh, right. Yeah,
Your
Adrian
cap,
did not-
your cap is 7. You can go one above that, which is 8. And unless you keep blood buffing past 8, it drops back down to 8.
So,
Right. But you said I was rolling dex and
right.
roll. Right. So that was just 5.
Right. So, but with your strength, you obliterate that. Okay. You still haven't hit him, so he stands calmly still. Although at this point, he walks over to grab his, godling, he says again. Why have I angered you so? Britta, what do you do?
So, is there like a ranged weapon here, like maybe a bow or a crossbow within reach?
Crossbows are a little advanced, I think, for this time. Crossbows...
Wait.
Yeah, they don't have crossbows. He might have a hunting bow, but it's not something that he has on his... That would be just kind of a utility weapon that he likely has under the bed that was just...
Are there any weapons nearby to my location right now? Holding little.
Plenty. There's a collection of stabbing weapons and gladiatorial implements.
I grab the nastiest one and I use my Spiritus rank 2 to awaken the spirit within to assist me in wield it better. So I'm going to roll my manipulation occult.
That's Spiritus rank 1.
Yeah, she's going to use rank 1.
She said 2. That's the summoning of spirit.
I'm sorry, I misspoke. I have 4 successes, so I get +4 when I use this weapon. One time, right? Or for the scene.
You have 4 dice. You can use them however you want. One at a time, all 4 with one roll, whatever.
Alright, tight. Let me know what weapon I have.
Okay, here's the thing. You stated earlier that you were specializing in the sword, correct? You had a family sword, you're used to using swords, is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, when you say the nastiest, then you would have gone for a sword. Not because it is necessarily the most fierce looking, but because it is what you are most proficient.
That's fair.
So you grab what is... It looks like a used gladius, and you draw forth the spirit in the sword. It's just, in your eyes, you see a faint blue aura around it, and the roar of a lion that then, in your mind, that then quickly dissipates.
Alright, awesome.
Your action.
Alright, I'm sorry, can you repeat that? My girlfriend just came.
What is your action? Britta is just essentially spending a turn familiarizing herself with this blade she took off the wall as far as you go. Although I guess as you're shutting off your auspex, you might see a faint blue glow emanating from this. He is just saying, Godling, to you, why have I angered you so? What is your action?
Well, I guess he would just kind of be like getting up from the bed. He's out for blood, so go for the. I guess he would go and try to attack the next person. Try to attack him again.
Okay, roll it.
One success. I got a 9.
Okay, he's not attempting to dodge, so go ahead and hit him. Deal it.
I just rolled strength, straight strength for damage.
Are you hitting him with your fist or with your...
Nah, he's hitting him with his fist.
Okay, then yes, it's just straight strength.
Holy fuck. Dude, you have 9 successes.
Yeah.
Damn.
How many did you have?
At 9.
9. Okay, you strike him with the force of a hurricane or an earthquake. But for you, it feels like hitting solid. Even still, you deal him a very solid blow, and he takes it on the cheek, coming back with a bruise. Incredible. Your strength. You wounded me even with the sun's blessing.
I like how calm he is. Like, this is something else. He's just like, wow.
Okay. Next turn. He is going to headbutt. Britta had to run upstairs to tend to my son. So he woke up, but she's going to be holding the door. The thuds against the door are getting progressively louder, and there's more and more of a commotion coming from the other side of the door. But from what you're hearing in the Latin you both understand, it sounds like they're not quite sure how the encounter's going on the inside. So they're not even sure if they need to. Because for all they know, the gladiator is giving you a sound threat.
I mean, yeah, loud crashes.
So what do you do, guys? Are you going to attack again? Well, you're going to attack. The question is how.
Well, what's, I mean, I guess he's, you said he's going in for a headbutt? He would probably try to bring his knee up, try to hit him in the face with his knee. Like, got that headbutt into his...
Okay, so you're just going to attack back, or are you going to use some kind of maneuver?
He said he was going in for a headbutt, so I guess that he would try to, like, guide his head into his knee as he was going in forward.
I guess I'm saying mechanically, though, are you just returning an attack, or are you going to use some sort of combat maneuver like a riposte or a block? Is that what you're...
Yeah, like a counterattack almost.
Because
Yeah.
in game mechanics, he's just going to attack you with a specific part of his body.
So
Okay,
a
you might
riposte.
Yeah, like a riposte.
Yeah, there's a mechanic for it.
Yeah, let me look up the rule.
It's on 347. It's dexterity plus brawl or melee, depending on how your difficulty. So 7 and +1, like to the damage.
8
So
with the shield.
yeah, you first have to like successfully like block, dodge, or something like that before you can use the riposte. So he would have to be like, I'm gonna do a block, and then that guy gets his attack, and then he performs the block, and then he gets the riposte after.
Alright, well then, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. The block.
So you would like block the attack or like something like that, and then keep his head going into your knee, and that's how that works mechanically.
And how are you blocking? Do you have a shield?
No, he would, I guess he would try to block with his hands.
Yeah, you can block brawling block.
Like, as he's going in for the headbutt, he kind of, like, grabs him by the head, like, almost with his, like, hands in, like, an eye gouge position. Tiger Claw, there you go.
Alright, 1 second, I'm looking for... What is that? Parry?
Yeah, I think so.
Which of course isn't listed.
Well, they have. This is a block or dodge applies, not just parry, because the riposte is the parry.
I guess, okay, so what should he roll for block then?
Like next brawl.
Okay, I guess go ahead and roll your dex roll.
Because the block is on 344. So is a parry.
Jesus Christ.
Jeez.
Oh, this is not good.
Yeah, you have to get more successes than him in order to block it.
Yeah. You got 3 10s.
That's 9
And
successes.
9 successes, yeah.
Well, you cancel out 4 of them.
One second, let me sum up.
And it's a headbutt. Like, it's bashing damage. Like, you're a vampire. You'll be fine.
Okay. He strikes you dead in the chest with his head. The forehead that has the holy symbol of Mithra. And your flesh alight.
The fuck? I guess I'm wrong. You're not gonna be alright.
That's for the hit, the actual headbutt. because he had crazy success.
That's not the damage.
That is the damage roll for the that's the bashing portion of damage. We have to make sure and separate these two because we've got a separate mechanic. So this is all halved. This is one.
Well, no, after Stoke it's halved.
Okay, after you soak it's halved.
Yeah.
Let's see. Count 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I count 10 successes. Anyone else got that?
What is it, 6, right?
Yeah, 6.
I count 9 because the 1.
Do 1's count on damage?
Yeah.
Okay, then 9. Alright, so 9, soak 9, bashing,
So you roll stamina.
plus armor,
Yeah. You got armor.
and
right?
fortitude if you have it.
Nothing at fortitude.
No, I doubt it. I think Inish is the only.
Oh, wait. Hey, Gangrel.
Oh, you have it too? Great.
Yeah. Gangrel are really great at being, like, tanky.
So I roll stamina plus armor.
Yeah, stamina plus armor. And let me check on something real quick.
So like armor rating or
Yeah, you're
armor rating. Uh, 4 successes.
So 4 brings a 9 down to 5. So that means you, from the bashing damage, you take
5, it's 2.5.
It's halved, rounded down, so you just take 2. So you take 2 bashing. Because you're a vampire, and bashing damage doesn't hurt as much. That's still one hell of a headbutt, though. And he hasn't tried the other thing, whatever that is.
Like images from that movie Kung Fu Hustle are coming to mind now. The dude with the little iron.
Okay, so the headbutt actually cracks a few of your ribs, which is a sensation you weren't used to having. It does kind of hurt a little bit, and then it lights your flesh. One point of aggravated damage. As the brand sears into your flesh.
Damn.
Aggravated. Which one is that? That's the
That is indicated by an asterisk. It is the special kind of damage that you can only heal one.
Yeah. So your bruised box at the top should have a star in it, and then you had how many did you say? 2, right? So
Yeah.
then your hurt and injured should have a slash in them.
At this point, you have been presented with a source of rot shred. You are already mid-frenzy, and so I'm not sure on the mechanics of switching from fight to flight. I would guess maybe another self-control check? I'm not really sure how this happens at this point.
You can have him roll courage. Just
There it is. Let's roll courage.
change the difficulty based off the situation, like however you think it should be.
Let's do a courage roll with a difficulty of... I'm gonna say...
Say what?
7.
Damn.
Alright.
Too bad you couldn't get that earlier.
Oh, right.
Yeah, right. This man seems unmoved by you, but you seem equally unmoved by him. Okay, next. He is going to go to his nightstand next to the bed. What are you going to do?
If I'm able to just stand there, he'll just stand there and try to bring himself back down
That
if he
will
can.
require a self-control roll. I'll let you roll again.
Alright.
You can also reflexively spend vitae to heal your bashing wounds, right?
Yes, you can. You can reflexively heal bashing wounds. The aggravated wound, I believe, requires a bit of rest. I don't know if it's a full night of rest. We're not doing a full night.
Right.
Oh, no, you know what it is? I think you get 1 point, and then if you want to spend an additional willpower point and a full night of rest, they let you do another one.
Yeah, that's what it is for aggravated. You have to have, it's willpower points for more. But you can spend on a 1-for-1 for bashing, you can spend 2 blood points and heal those 2 points off.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that.
Okay, that doesn't cost an action, so what are you going to do besides?
I'm still gonna roll my self-control to try to break my frenzy.
Yeah, go ahead and roll that, and then we'll determine what you can do. That's 1 more success. Okay. If you want to spend a willpower point, you can stand still and take an action. And take another self-control roll next round. Otherwise, you would still.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend a willpower.
Okay. In which case, you can do whatever you want with this action. Do you want to talk?
I'm just gonna sit quiet, watch him for now. Because you said he went to his
His nightstand.
yeah. I'm just gonna watch.
Okay. He goes into his nightstand and he pulls open the drawer that you were in before. What's it? Where is it? He looks around. He honestly seems a little. And he turns around and says,
No.
"Doesn't matter. Godling, I understand if you are angered. Please do not force me to repel you.
You cut out a little bit. Can you repeat that?
Godling, I do not know what has made you so angry. Please do not force me to repel." And before that, when he was looking at the nightstand, he said, "It doesn't matter," and then he turned around to face you.
Talk to him, man. You spent willpower and everything.
Yeah. Your men need a lesson in manners. And he gestures to the door.
They aren't all mine, man.
They look up to you.
I don't understand. Are you saying I am a poor role model? Make another self-control roll. Okay. We've accrued 3 successes so far. I'll let you continue to talk to him because things are calm. He said, "So what? You're saying I'm a poor role model? Did you steal away into my chamber simply to tell me that I'm a poor role model?"
No. They steal away in your chamber because they're throwing food at me and getting my uniform dirty.
Few of them can see you for what you are. Glorious.
I'd like to give those few a good thrashing.
Make another self-control roll, but he's flattering you, so make it a DC. Alright, you can end your frenzy. then, did you come merely to test your strength? I assure you it is not lacking, and he rubs his cheek a little.
No, we came to gain entry to the, what was it called? The Mithraeum?
Mithraeum.
Mithraeum, yeah.
The Mithraeum is not for weak men or weak gods. However, I can see that you are not. Make a charisma leadership.
Meanwhile, people are beating at the door.
Yeah, right, but at this point, they're stopping because the fighting inside him. So now they're kind of like falling silent into a quiet din of what's going on. You know, a woman went in there with them. Oh, holy shit.
That's 6 successes.
Yes, I would be proud to present you to the Lord of Sunlight. I would gladly take you to the Mithraeum tonight. We must go and... The ceremonies will start soon. You will meet the, you will miss the,
Motherfucker, you better come get me.
Must we leave now? I have, friends that would like to accompany me. Friends whom I can vouch for.
We've a little time, but not... We're to meet at the Mithraeum ere starfall. Once the stars are visible in the sky, you should attend the meet. It's okay to arrive late, but it is somewhat disrespectful.
I wouldn't want to cause any disrespect to either.
Have you somewhere else to be?
No, but as I said, I have companions that are also wishing to worship.
Are they gods or men?
Gaius ponders what he says, and then he says gods.
Like you?
No, not like me, I am better, but close.
Weak gods have no place in the Mithraeum. They will be devoured by the Lord of Sunlight.
They are not weak, they're just not as strong as me.
Do you vouch for them?
And he nods.
He strokes his cheek again, the bruise coming up. Very well. Your testimony of strength has been accepted, and I am willing to accept your vouching for these others. Well then, Godling, gather your companions and come and meet me at the northern bathhouse. I'll be waiting outside.
Very well. And Gaius would, I guess, gesture to Brita to come with him, or that he's finished, or she can stay.
Britta's going to accompany.
And then he would try to get the hell out of this barrack as fast as he can and figure out where to meet Callum, because they never agreed on a meeting.
Alright, so when you leave this barracks, the soldiers again begin kind of staring at you, but this time they're kind of looking your body over. A lot of them are getting in kind of close, almost within 1 to 2 feet of you, just kind of scrutinizing you, looking for marks of battle. A lot of them are pointing at your chest plate where there appears to have been singe marks. You're able to leave the barracks, although, again, everyone knows that you're here and you are the talk. And then, where do you go? You guys didn't set a meeting. Don't know why you guys keep doing this.
Oh, you know exactly why I did this time.
Is any under dementation or
was like, no, I'm not waiting around for her to wake up. We're gonna go like look for this now. I mean, you guys were just a bit more successful. I was doing we're gonna talk to people, and then like here I am coming back to the I'm gonna come. My idea was like, hey, we do this thing. Me and Marco or Ganesh will return to unless he had something else, we'll return to the inn, and where I'm thinking, Callum's coming in with like, oh, guess what we found out? There's this guy who's a Roman who might be one of the people in the club who's like, thinking we have like a really great lead, and here you are with an even better one.
Well, he didn't know that. He just found a stone, but
No, I just mean that, like, I'm gonna tell you all about this, like, we talked to this guy, he's like really low rank, and now he told me about this other guy who's a little bit higher rank who might know something, and you're gonna be like, yeah, and I know exactly where to go. Oh my gosh.
I got the hookup. I got his chosen little puppet.
Yeah. You're gonna come in with, like, the best possible lead we could have gotten.
I got a GPS. Yeah. Doing things the Latin way.
And if only you had a GPS for where the hell Callum is.
Well, I mean, after
you guys going to
looking around,
Callum?
I assumed that they would have stayed there, or,
Well, you see, Gaius being the arrogant Roman that he is, will look to Bria and assume that she automatically knows where Callum would be, because they all look alike, so they must all be alike.
I did also tell him where we would be going, to which district. Like, that was what I said before we left. We're going here. You can find us there somewhere.
Gaius wanted to wake up, and Bria was asleep. And you were kind of in a hurry. Kind of just woke up and said, hey, we need to go here. I'm going to go there. You wait here.
Alright. So, you kind of kill a large amount of time then, because it seems like you guys just can't seem to meet up correctly. A couple hours pass by, and then you both wind up back at the inn. Both.
Can we assume that we just trade information and go to meet the guy? Skip over the nitty-gritty. I mean, if you want us to roleplay it out, we can, but it just seems like, hey, guess what we found out? Oh, guess what I found out? Oh, fine.
Sure. How are we doing on time, guys? Are people starting to fall asleep?
I'm awake.
I'm all jacked up on soda. I'm gonna crash later, but right now, I'm good to keep going. How are you feeling, Marco?
I'm alright. It is about close to midnight here, though.
Okay, because we're about to start a major scene. So do we want to start something new, or do we want to call it here?
I'm good with anything.
I don't know what's gonna happen in the scene, Matt, so you have a better idea if we should call it or not. I'm okay to keep going, though. But if you feel like we need to stop here before we get it.
We may need to. 1 second. Alright, it doesn't look like Britta's going to be able to make it back, and I don't really want her to.
That's fair.
There.
So we can do just a short little introduction, I guess, and then we'll start the scene next time. So you make it to the northern bathhouse, and see, at this point,
He's gonna be mad because we're late.
yeah, kind of. You made him miss the meal that he told you he wanted to. So you approach Maximus, and he's standing outside the bathhouse. It's pretty unoccupied at this point. We're approaching obfuscated Gaius. Otherwise, he wouldn't know. Well, I guess he'd recognize.
No, Gaius wouldn't obfuscate himself because he's trying to actually realize that somebody needs to see.
I did tell you about the communal meal, did I not?
My apologies. Our companion has got lost, and he kind of just looks at Callum and Nish.
Well, divinity manifests itself in many ways.
I grin at him.
And he looks upon these two that he hasn't seen. Oh my, glorious. All of you then. I can sense the strength coming from some of you. Alright then, so you're all to meet the Lord of Sunlight. Come with me. It's over here. And he walks you around behind the bathhouse area towards, kind of where the northern bathhouse is, where a section of wall intersects with the bathhouse area. Kind of at that junction there in the north. And there is a loose cropping of stones here. It would have been very hard to notice if you didn't know exactly what you were looking for, but you do this time around. And so he, with a great heave, pulls out these very large, kind of heavy.
Heavy what? You cut out.
Heavy stones. These are like boulders almost, or quarry rock.
So he's like really strong.
Oh yes, he's definitely very strong. He hefts them out of the way, and I would honestly say anyone with a strength athletics less than 5 would probably not be able to do this without some extreme success. For you guys, I mean, it's no big deal. He pulls them aside and he motions down underneath of the bathhouse. There's a passage dug underneath it that leads deep, and looking into there, you see the light fade away as the moonlight descends, and only darkness remains.
I use Protean. My eyes glow red.
Thanks, just needed someone to do that. Okay, looking farther down, you see it's a large subterranean cavern. Farther down, smooth stone walls are chiseled with a number of, looks to be druidic symbols. You're not a druid, so you're not entirely sure what they be. But you can see them. Do you descend?
The Mithraeum, then.
Indeed, 'tis the Mithraeum. The Lord of Sunlight awaits within.
Good. And I move in.
Okay. Is everyone follow?
Yep.
I'll kind of lead the way, knowing that I have the best, I can see.
Vision.
Yeah. But then again, they have aspects. Like, they could probably make do really well. It does cancel some of that penalty.
As you descend, Britta, with her background, recognizes these are druidic symbols of both warding and misdirect for divine forces and spirits alike. The runes etch their way throughout the entirety of the chamber, leading towards a corridor of blackness that lay before, well, those of you without the eye.
Can I roll a cult for them? I do have a cult. I have a dot. I also
sure.
have.
You can roll into cult or into hearth wisdom. Both of them would apply given your background. For hearth wisdom is 8, for a cult is 6.
Well, I have a failure.
Okay. You recognize some of these symbols, but they were made by the druids. Writing was forbidden. You don't know what it means.
The Picts had symbols and stuff. They did have their own writing. It was just, it's more like the Egyptian hieroglyphs than actual, written.
My understanding was that writing was forbidden to all but the priest class.
Not for the Picts. Picts aren't druids. Holly's from a whole different, society than I am.
Oh, okay. Well, I was unaware of that.
They were called the Picts because the name is, from the Latin name for,
can see, he would have turned his auspex on, enhanced his sight.
Okay.
So,
The perception alertness difficulty is going to be 8, and then reduced by auspex for
Oh,
what?
I have 8 successes.
you got 3.
Alright. Both of you see inside the chamber that numerous men await you within, at least a score or more. Callum, you recognize these men are in front of a peculiar work of bas-relief that's hewed into the cavern wall. Let me link this.
Okay. Oh, Marco rolled too. He put it in roleplay.
Okay, Marco, you're not able to make out the bas-relief sculpture, but you are able to recognize the scores and scores. Callum, peering far back beyond all of these men, this artwork catches your eye.
Huh. This must be the slaying of the bull that he was talking about.
That's correct.
Okay. So... I'm again, like, taking
There's-
point, because I can see the best,
Okay.
moving forward, looking around for...
There is a bit of a commotion going on ahead as as Maximus descends. He says, "Come, the meeting's already been joined," and he motions to the narrow opening ahead. The din of voices gets louder, and there appears to be some sort of commotion as you're getting closer and closer. And I think we'll have to call it there because I don't want to do this major scene.
Dang.
Sorry. Yeah, okay, we'll do one more.
Yes!
Alright. As you get to the entrance of this narrow opening, who's going first? You said Callum?
Yeah, unless anyone, like, tries to get in front of him or anything.
Nope.
He's just leading the way. I'm unafraid and full of purpose.
Callum wants to take the lead. Gaius will let Callum take the lead.
Alright, at the mouth, you finally see the source of this commotion. At last you lay eyes upon him. To the Romans, the consummate warrior, a legend given perfect flesh. To the Celts, a bloodthirsty conqueror, the symbol of their people's decline and the wholesale decimation of their way of life. A flowing red cape extends from his decorated and scarred leather curra, somehow billowing heroically despite the staleness of the air. Though boyishly young and lithe of build for a soldier, you get the sense from his subtle movements and the light grace with which he moves that heavy armor burdens him little at all. Oddly enough, he is breathing, and he casts his gaze pointedly at the floor between himself and the man with the funny hat, Mithras, who you now recognize as the central figure from the relief behind the crowd. Those of you with enhanced senses, well, actually, just with auspex, you can even somewhat smell perspiration. I'll post a picture.
Like, just in general, they can smell perspiration.
No, coming from this figure.
Like sweat?
That is perspiration, yes.
He probably, like, because you can spend blood points to simulate life. He might have done that, who knows. Or maybe he has that weird merit where they always appear to be like they're living.
That's him, Germanicus.
Germanicus is blood in a cape.
But not
Well, no, he's not actually a statue.
That would be creepy as fuck.
But no, that's how he looked, and that's why I gave that question at the beginning of the game. Is he's not very intimidating looking, right?
Yeah, he actually kind of looks like my cousin.
Well,
as it turns out, some of the greatest legends look just like the rest of us.
yeah, I mean, sometimes it's not, it's just about, like, how people talk and carry themselves rather than, appearance.
Alright, guys, we'll go ahead and close it out here. We ran a little late because you guys split the party. As you seem off to do. We'll have to get to the Mithraeum scene next time. In the meantime, I guess everyone go ahead and take 5 experience. We accomplished our goals for the evening.
I'm going to go ahead and spend, or buy another point of obfuscate as well.
That puts you at what?
5.
5 obfuscate?
Yeah,
Didn't you just increase your rating?
I did.
How much experience do you have?
I had none now.
Alright, and you know it's going to be 7 times 4, right?
No, it's 5 times more.
Oh, 5 times 4, sorry.
Oh, never mind.
How much were you going to spend?
I thought it was 7.
What?
No.
So it's a clan discipline, so it's 5 times your current rating.
Did you make that mistake last time too? Do you owe more for the obfuscate?
I'm pretty sure he did it right because we were talking about it then.
Yeah, because that's how I ended up with 7. I had a whole shitload of points last time, and I only had 2 now, so.
So, oh, you might be looking at the freebie point chart.
Yeah.
Freebie points are 7 for disciplines. Yeah, that's a whole different thing. Yeah, no.
Yeah. So I'm at 7 points. Never mind. Hold on.
If you go to page 184, that's where it has the XP chart. Does that help?
Yeah.
Alright, everyone can go ahead and replenish 2 points of will.
I am slowly getting back to a normal amount of willpower.
Your pre-soul sword.
Yeah. Well, because I had gained 3, used 1. Now I'm at 4 from these 2. So that's like a little. That's above half. I have 7, so it's odd, but still.
Anybody else want to spend experience?
I do, but I'm not sure what on yet.
Alright, also, we still need to settle on a fund arrangement for Britta, so if anyone can think of anything fun that they want to suggest, or they find anything in the source book, feel free to post it.
Okay.
Otherwise, we'll see you guys back here in 2 weeks.
Alright.
Yeah. And Happy New Year to you guys.
Happy New Year's, guys. Take care.
New Year. Take care.